Listen as a student consults with a professor.
Professor Kelly,
Yes?
do you have a minute? I have a question for you.
Sure. What's your question?
It's about your lecture this morning.
What about it?
You were talking about a theory by Anderson. I couldn't understand what that theory was, or, actually, where it came from.
What do you mean by where it came from? Are you asking how the theory was developed?
No, that's not what I mean. It's not what I'm asking. I'm asking where I can find information about the theory. I always try to read the assigned material in the text before I come to lectures, so the lecture will be easier for me to understand. But when you started talking about a theory of Anderson's, I didn't remember reading about it. And after the lecture, I looked all through the text, and I couldn't find any theory by Anderson in the text.
Well, there's a good reason why you couldn't find that particular theory in the textbook, and it's that it's not there.
It's not? But you were talking about it in the lecture.
You do understand that a certain amount of the material I cover in the lectures isn't in the text. My lectures don't merely cover the information in the text. In the lectures, I refer to the material in the text, and then I bring in related information. Information that expands on the material in the text.
Oh, I guess I hadn't understood that before, but I do now.
And do you understand that all the material is covered on the exams, both the material from the text and the supplemental material that I bring into the lectures?
I do understand that now.
And by the way, is this the first time this has happened to you? That you figured out that the material from the lecture wasn't covered in the text? I certainly hope it's not, because I do this quite often.
Unfortunately, it's not. It's happened a number of other times before, but then I just thought that I wasn't reading carefully enough. So this time, I read everything in the text very carefully and took detailed notes. When you mentioned the theory by Anderson, I was quite sure it wasn't in the text. So this time, I decided to ask you about it.
I'm glad you did, because this is a key point of the course.